The entrance of evil into the universe was a result of free choice.
Yes.
Let's talk about that for a second,
Yes.
okay? Adam and Eve are in the Garden of Eden, and God is there with them.
Okay.
I'm sorry, you brought it up.
Yeah, no,
I'm allowed to do this.
I understand
You want
that.
to keep going on this?
Yeah, I want to finish the thought here on evil, if you don't mind.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
keep doing this, because
Okay,
this
all
is
right.
good stuff.
Okay, all right, good.
Because when it comes down to it, Adam and Eve are in the Garden of Eden with God, and God is omniscient, and God knows the future, and God puts the tree of knowledge of good and evil in spot X.
Yeah.
And when he does that, he's omniscient, and he knows
Sure.
that Adam is going to eat that fruit.
Yeah.
He knows it's going to cause the fall of man, and billions of souls will go to hell, and according to you, babies will start being born with cancer.
Okay.
If he puts the tree of knowledge over here, it doesn't happen. Or if he doesn't put it there at all, it doesn't happen. But God puts it where he knows with 100% certainty that Adam is going to eat of that fruit. Who made that choice?
God knows the end from the beginning,
Yeah.
and he created the universe, and he created he knew what would happen.
Anytime you want to answer the question.
I'm getting there. But that doesn't mean people don't have free choice. And you're saying that God then could not have done that if somebody sins. Well, let me ask you a question.
That's not what I said at all. What I asked you was, who made the choice in the Garden of Eden? You said
Adam and Eve did.
Adam and Eve made the choice. Now, let me ask a question. Let me put it this way. God knows with 100% certainty that if I put the tree of knowledge here, billions of souls go to hell, and babies get cancer, according to you, which doesn't follow either, but I'll let you pass on
But
the point.
wait.
But if
Stop.
I put it over here...
But no, hold on.
No, this is the
There's
point.
nothing wrong with babies getting cancer, because it's all relative.
You know what? I judge that. I judge that to be wrong.
Well, that's just your personal
But you're
problem,
also
then.
avoiding the question in a great big way.
No. If you
Now-
allow me to continue with my presentation, I'll go into it.
Another video? I want you to answer me.
It's not another video.
Okay, answer me. When God put the tree of knowledge of good and evil here instead of here, knowing that when he put it here, knowing with 100% certainty...
I got it. Let me answer it. Okay.
Go for it.
Here's the problem. The problem here, David, is that you're assuming that God could have created another universe where nobody sinned. That, while it's logically possible, it might not be actually achievable with free creatures.
So sin was not an option.
No, if God creates a universe with free creatures, he might not be able to create a universe where everybody freely chooses not to sin. So he creates the universe we're in now, people freely choose to sin, and then his job, the whole purpose of the Bible, and we're not really even here to talk about the Bible, but since you brought it up, the whole theme of the Bible, from Genesis to Maps, is one word. And that is redemption. You have paradise lost in Genesis, paradise regained in Revelation.
You are totally avoiding my question.
No, I'm getting there.
Before Adam ate that apple, he was without sin.
Yes.
Before he ate that apple, he was
chose...
without sin. God put the tree here.
Yes.
He knew it would cause the
Yes.
fall of man.
Yes.
God pushed Adam and Eve out of the Garden of Eden. God made the decision.
Yes.
God made the choice.
And then God made the choice to go in and rescue him.
So
that's what the redemption's all about.
God chose.
David,
I think they'll clap for anything in this audience. God is the villain here. God is the one.
Wait! Stop!
Yes.
There's no villains because there's no good or evil. You've already said
changing
so.
the subject.
No, I'm
God
not.
is the one who made the choice.
I'm not
you said
changing
evil
the subject.
evil entered into the universe because of a choice. I'm submitting to you that it was not Adam who made that choice.
Who was it?
It was God who made that choice.
God made a choice.
So God's a villain. God's the one who sent you to hell. God's the one who sends everybody to hell. God's the one who caused the fall of man, and he did so with intent, with the...
Did God already know that Adam and Eve would eat from the tree of knowledge? And if so, was it part of a greater divine plan? Let's journey back to the Garden of Eden, not just as a story of failure, but as the beginning of humanity's path toward becoming fully made in the image of God. The two trees, ingredients of completion. In Genesis, we see two trees placed at the center of Eden, the tree of knowledge of good and evil and the tree of life. These were not random placements. They were the final ingredients required to complete humanity's creation process. When God formed Adam, he made a copy, an earthly reflection of his own likeness. Adam was called the Son of God, shaped with purpose and destiny, but something was still missing. Two divine attributes not yet possessed. To truly bear God's image, humanity needed two essential qualities God eternally holds. One, the knowledge of good and evil. Two, immortality. God already possessed both. He is eternal and he fully understands good and evil, not because he commits evil, but because his nature transcends it. So why didn't he immediately give these traits to Adam? Because knowledge and immortality are not just gifts, they are responsibilities. They require growth, maturity, and demonstration of mastery. The serpent, a catalyst, not an accident. So God allowed a serpent to enter Eden, not as a surprise, but as part of a deliberate plan. The serpent represents the manifestation of evil knowledge. Its presence initiated humanity's encounter with moral choice. When Adam and Eve ate of the tree, they didn't break God's plan, they activated it. This moment wasn't the end. It was the necessary beginning of human development. The journey of mastery begins. Humanity now carried the knowledge of good and evil, but could not yet master it. History would reveal just how difficult this path would be. Many would fail. Sin, death, and suffering entered the world, but not without purpose. God was preparing humanity for something greater, to learn, to struggle, and ultimately to overcome. Jesus, the return of the firstborn son. In due time, the first Adam returned in a new form. Jesus, often called the second Adam. He entered the wilderness, the symbolic realm of testing, and demonstrated perfect mastery over the knowledge of good and evil. Jesus triumphed in the desert. Through his victory, he not only redeemed humanity, but showed them what the final step looks like, full dominion over moral knowledge. The second tree awaits. The tree of life, representing immortality, has not been forgotten. It awaits those who, like Jesus, learn to perfectly govern the knowledge of good and evil. Once humanity reaches this level of maturity, once they reflect God's character, they will eat of the second tree and receive immortality. The final state, completed in God's image, and then the process is complete. Humanity will stand as perfected reflections of God, immortal, wise, and ruling in harmony. Adam will once again be as he was meant to be, a ruler under God. His descendants, those who have overcome, will reign with him, and God will be Father over all. A deeper wisdom beyond our thoughts. God's ways are far beyond our immediate understanding. What seemed like a fall was actually the beginning of a divine ascent. What looked like disobedience may have been the first step in a grand design to shape humanity into beings who truly reflect God, not just in form, but in wisdom and eternal life. Thank you for joining this journey. Until next time, remember, every step in the story may carry a deeper purpose than we can currently see.
Only Jim